In this video, we are testing this EcoPower. This is a $40 low-profile, all-full Metal Gear servo. How does it do in an RC drift car? Like, can this cheapo gyro actually work and save you some money as you're doing your RC build? That's what we're here to find out. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Troy. This is RoadsideRC. You'll tend to find me bashing or crawling or drifting or racing, plus doing product review videos and how-tos. Let's get started by getting the servo out of the box, seeing what it looks like. So I see the EcoPower brand all over the place. I've never used one before. So when I saw this one was lightweight, low profile, and 40 bucks, I was like, hey, let's give it a shot. So there is the servo itself, super low profile, super minimal, little metal band around here in the middle, uppercase, lowercase r plastic. It is fully metal geared, and if you ever strip them out, they actually offer a whole gear rebuild kit for like 12 bucks or something like that. So pretty convenient. Comes with all the standard, basically useless servo horn stuff. The little standoffs, all the plastic servo horns that are basically useless, and a couple little screws. This is basically just going to go in the truck. On the other hand, these little cases, I really like keeping these around. Good for when you're traveling. Put some screws, put some small tools or something like that in it, so that way, you know, goes into the pit bag, thing like that. Easy peasy. So although they get thrown away otherwise, well, maybe you want to consider saving your little case. Looking at the specs on this thing, you know, I'm going to be only running it at the low voltage, so 0.13 seconds per 60 and about 8 kg power, which is not a lot on either one of those. The speed's okay, but the torque, honestly, for a drift car is going to be just fine. For me, it's going to be much more about the, does it have a lot of gyro wobble, is it precise, or any of that kind of thing. That's what we're going to be looking for. This is a Sakura D6 drift car. I'm mounting it right in here. Obviously, whatever car you're putting it in will be different, but yeah, let me skip forward and I'll interrupt the install for anything that you may need to know. This is the Yokomo SP02D V2 that I actually was taking out of the car. So just to give you a size comparison, it is the exact same outside dimensions. You can see it's a little bit difference in the case here. The Yokomo has an angle on the case here. This one does not. Otherwise, yeah, they're the same size, which is good. That's what you'd want. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I say this here because I get a lot of questions on the channel about it. Before you put the servo horn onto the servo, make sure the car is powered up. Make sure you can hear it. Make sure that the servo works and that the servo is centered. I have all my channels. I have my gyro turned off and I have my channel 1 centered. I'm going to then put the servo horn on as close to center as I can, as close to keeping the front wheels centered as I possibly can. And then any trim that I need to do, I'm going to lengthen or shorten this rod over here in order to get the wheels actually perfectly straight with zero trim on the servo. Where people screw up is they put all this together without the servo powered on, and it turns out the servo's not centered, and then all of a sudden when they fire it up, boom, the wheels do one of these numbers and they can't figure out why. Alright, I have my endpoints now set. Every gyro is different, so you will need to do that for your gyro and find the instructions for your gyro specifically. So servo's mounted, gyro is recalibrated. I think it's time to give this thing a test drive and see just how good this servo does. Whoa, that thing is fast! Look at that go! Dang! Now, if I'm honest, I am cheating a little bit here in this test because I am using the Futaba GYD 550, which is literally one of the best gyros you can get, potentially the best gyro you can get. So it already has a bunch of dampening in it, and I think it's going to make a lesser servo look good. But I'll be honest, that is beautiful. Oh, my battery's dying. But what's important here, I'm getting zero gyro wobble. Zero wobble. Unfortunately, I'm using this G7P controller from FlySky, so I don't know how much gyro gain I'm running. I'm running that much that you see on channel 3. Maybe 60%, something like that. And yeah, it's plenty fast, it's plenty strong, and it's 40 bucks. No programmer needed, no nothing. $40 plugged in, running. That is literally a cheapo $40 servo that does absolutely amazing. So the next time someone tells you you've got to spend big money to get the fancier servos with their programming cards and everything else like that in there in order to drift right, depending on your chassis, depending on the gyro you're running, it's probably not true. And this low profile unit here from EcoPower works just great. Honestly, I need to give this a bigger test. A little bit of a run here in my garage is not like the be-all, end-all of this test. I'm going to leave this servo in this car now, and I'm going to be taking it on, drift events, a little competition stuff that we do, fun that I have here in my garage. I'm going to use that for everything. And so, look at the published date on this video. If it's been a couple months, let me know down in the comments. I'll be happy to let you know my kind of longer term feedback on how good this servo is and if I do recommend it or not. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions about the testing or the servo or what I did or anything like that, leave them down in the comments. If you're interested in purchasing one, it'll be in the video description. Will be a link for that. And if you're interested in any other drift tech stuff, there'll be a playlist popping up over here to your right. And I hope to see you in one of those videos. Thank you and goodbye.